Did you know that your employees could be walking around with a $5 million security breach in their pocket? That's because about 45% of employee badges are currently using a legacy technology called Prox. And what makes Prox so insecure is that it's easily cloned. So today, I'm going to put that to the test. I'm going to find out if it really is that easy to clone a proximity card and ultimately breach a legacy security system. And with a simple Amazon search, I've got literally hundreds of different RFID copier options. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna get the cheapest one that has overnight delivery. It's $16. Let's just add it to the cart. And while we wait for the Amazon package, there's one other tricky little bit to take care of. And it's that we don't have any actual Prox-enabled readers in the office, so I'm gonna have to swap out one of the readers with this one. Luckily, we do make readers that have Prox capabilities because for those of you that are on Prox transitioning to modern security, it helps with the transition. So just gonna have to get that figured out, issue credential, and we should be good to go. So I'm gonna go get some help from one of my coworkers. So while my coworker Anthony helps me install the reader, thanks Anthony, let's talk a little bit about why Prox cards are insecure and why in theory it should be easy to clone one of these cards. And the reason is that Prox cards communicate data with the reader at the low frequency of 125 kilohertz. Higher frequencies mean faster data transfer, more power capability, and more memory that can be used. So when we look at modern credentials that operate at 13.56 megahertz, more than 100 times faster, Prox credentials simply aren't able to use encryption, whereas modern credentials can. So what that means is that the identifier data that's on the Prox card, which is essentially like a password, when it's being communicated to the reader, it's out there, it's transferred in the open without any protection. Whereas with the modern credential, the identifier data is encrypted, sent over to the reader. The reader uses an encryption key to decipher the data back into the original password before it's sent on to the controller. Now swap that out with an RFID copier, and you can see why it's so easy to copy the identifier data from a proximity card, because there's zero protections. Whereas with a modern credential, all I'd be able to copy is the encrypted data, and without an encryption key, it wouldn't do me any good. So that's why in theory, I should be able to clone a Prox card. All right, we got our Amazon package. We got blank proximity cards, and we got our RFID copier. I actually thought I was gonna have to do like a YouTube tutorial to figure this out, but there's two buttons, so I think it's gonna be even easier than I thought. Only thing left to do is see if it works. Let's go. All right, it's time to see if we're actually able to clone a Prox card. So here we are with our test. We've got our Prox card that actually works on this reader. You can see that it beeps, opens it up. And I've got the blank Prox card that does nothing, doesn't open anything up. So here we go. Let's turn this thing on. Hit the read button. Hit the write button. Blank Prox card a second ago. Actually works. Oh my God. That is actually crazy. This took me less than a day and I've never done this before. Proximity cards are not secure. They're not secure at all. That's crazy. All right, so this little experiment was really just to show that somebody that really has never done something like this before can easily figure it out. I didn't even need to do a YouTube tutorial to figure that out. Just needed less than $20 on Amazon. So if you don't know what type of employee badges you're using for your access, it's a good time to find out if it's proximity or a legacy technology that's been breached before. And it's a great time to start thinking about transitioning. If you want a great place to start, we do have a guide that will help you on your journey to transitioning from your legacy tech. You can download that right on this page. So check that out, please. I hope this was helpful and enlightening for some of you. And good luck on your access control transition journey.